Hi, good morning. I am coming to you live from the beautiful Grand Palladium Resort here in Jamaica. We are here for a destination wedding for one of the clients that we have, but I've had a little bit of connectivity issues and I think we might have gotten our times wrong, but I'm going live today to talk about tips for choosing your wedding date. In our last video, we chatted about your wedding vision, how to plan with intention and from the heart. So this is kind of step 2 in the process, and often what comes next when we're wedding planning on picking a wedding date. I have about 5 tips that I want to share with you guys. So just a flashback to the last video. I believe that when you are planning your wedding, it should come with intention, it should come from the heart, and it should really align with the vision that you want to have for your wedding day. When we're out of alignment with what we want to create, how we want to spend our day, and we don't plan it that way, that's where we get some of that anxiety that can come up, a little bit of that unrest on the wedding day during the wedding journey. So we're looking to really prevent that. So when it comes to choosing your wedding date, we want to do the same thing. We want to choose a date with intention, something that really means something to us and that really aligns with our overall vision of the wedding day. And I'm hoping that you guys can hear me because there are some fountains in the background here. So the first thing that I suggest looking at when it comes to choosing a wedding date with intention and from the heart would be thinking about what your favorite seasons are, what your favorite times of year are, and on the other side of that, what your not so favorite seasons are. Those of us that live in Wisconsin, we might have a little bit of an aversion to winter. Some people love winter, but think about when you and your fiance love to spend time together, what matches with your schedules. Andy is a teacher, so we had to be a little bit more careful when we picked when and when we picked how and where for our wedding. People who are in the construction business, a lot of times they don't get married in the summer because it's just about impossible for them to get a weekend off, that kind of thing. So think about the seasons that you guys love to spend time in that's really going to light you up. There might be some, parts of compromise here. Like I know for us, we're getting married in fall this year, and we had to align it with hunting season because that's important to Andy. A lot of his friends and groomsmen hunt, but we were able to find a date that met both of our wants and needs. So we just kind of compromised on that. Second point would be, are there any special dates that you want to incorporate and have be your anniversary? So maybe you get married on your parents' wedding anniversary or your grandparents' wedding anniversary. Maybe it's the day that you guys first started dating. Maybe it's your birthday, something else. Are there any dates that would align with the season that you really resonate with that would then have, those dates would fall in that range? So think about that second. Third, I would consider any alternative dates. So maybe an off-season date for wherever you live, wherever you're considering getting married. Wisconsin off-season oftentimes is roughly like November to April when we've got beautiful winter weather and some kind of muddy weather. Maybe you look at a weekday, maybe you look at a Sunday or a lunch wedding. Oftentimes things like venues and that kind of thing might give a discount if it's an off-season date or, a lunch date rather than a typical evening reception, that kind of thing. So are there any alternatives that you guys want to consider? Last summer we did a lunch wedding because the couple really loved that time of day and that just really resonated for them. Or maybe you do a brunch wedding. Maybe you guys love to do breakfast together. Think about those different ways and different concepts when choosing your wedding date. Fourth, choose a date, but have a backup plan for it. Oftentimes things like venues can book up, over a year in advance. So having a date that you really love, but then being able to have a little bit of flexibility and having a date that you maybe love second best that you could still be happy with, that will give you a lot of flexibility when it comes to choosing a date, especially if you're talking with vendors that you absolutely have to and want to work with. That will give you a lot more wiggle room to make that happen. And then fifth, planning farther ahead means that you'll have a higher probability of essentially getting what you want, whether it's the venue, whether it's a photographer, a DJ, florist, any of your vendors. As far ahead of notice as you can give them, that can almost guarantee that you'll be able to work with them. We started our wedding planning 2 years out, and that doesn't align for everyone, and that's totally cool. But if you're in a space where you really want to guarantee that you're going to be able to work with the vendors that you love and have the date that you want and the space that you want, that's the way that you can guarantee that. It also helps you with a little bit of time. If you're paying for your own wedding, you can get more funds Maybe you pick up a second job, maybe you just bring on some more clients, whatever it may be, but that gives you some more time. You can spread out payment plans, that sort of thing. So keeping it super short and sweet here today, but just a recap of those 5 tips of things to consider when you're planning your wedding date. First would be think about your favorite seasons, your favorite times of year, as well as what you don't want, when you don't want to get married, just that you're very clear on what your intentions are and what's important to you. Sorry, we got some wonky lighting going on. This is the sun starting behind the clouds. So that would be tip number 1. Think about the seasons. 2 would be, are there any special dates that you want to incorporate, whether it's a dating anniversary, parents' anniversary, birthday, things like that. 3 would be considering alternative dates. So maybe it's off season, maybe it's a weekday or a Sunday or even a lunch wedding, that kind of thing. Think about if that would resonate and align for you. 4th would be choose a date, but have a backup date just in case, especially if your planning timeline is a little bit shorter. That's going to give you some more flexibility and make it a heck of a lot easier for you. And then 5th would be plan farther ahead if you're able to and if that aligns for you, because then you're almost guaranteed to be able to have the venue that you want, the other vendors that you want. That gives you plenty of time for planning and not rushed. Again, that last one, that's not a fit for everyone. That's just simply if you have a love list of vendors that you truly want to work with and they fill up quickly, that's going to give you a lot of that flexibility and just kind of guarantee that your vision comes to life. If you have any questions on picking a wedding date, wedding planning in general, wedding photography, whatever it may be, please feel free to shoot me an email, comment below. My personal email is kate@klemstudios.com, KLEM Studios. I would love to answer any of your questions. I know we're in the heart of engagement season right now, so a lot of people are thinking about these first steps here, and I would be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have. All right, I am going to pop off. We're going to go enjoy some sunshine in a little bit here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.